What's up everybody, it's Zero Forge and I am back with another video. Today we're going to be going over two things. First one is how to get certain AI in a squad to go through that move zone so that they don't get despawned when you spawn in all the new AI. Second one is custom events. Custom events will basically just simplify your script. And again, none of this is possible without my buddy Uber, who's done all the scripting work for this. And yeah, we're going to dive right into this. All right, now let's get right back where we left off. So, if you remember, we made it to where when a player enters this zone, it's going to despawn all the active AI and then respawn all next AI in the next wave of your campaign so that you can get 32 AI in each total section of whatever part of the map the player is in. Because they're all set up on the zone that when you enter it, it despawns everything, respawns everything else. Oh, and another thing that people were wondering was how we can get AI in your squad to survive what we're going to call the purge. So if you want them to stick around with you for the whole campaign, we can easily do that. And we're just going to go straight into it. So this right here, these guys right here are labeled. If we go to the very bottom, they're labeled Squad Alpha. Everything else is labeled Squad Bravo. What the script is saying, which I'll show you, but I'm going to test it first. What the script is saying is kill all squads except Alpha. So that whenever I spawn these guys in and I have a couple of them hop into my Warthog and I drive through that zone, these guys are going to die. But everyone in Squad Alpha is not going to die. And I believe these spawners over here are also labeled Squad Alpha. So let's test that right now.
Running shotgun, let's move.
And alright, we're gonna get these boys in here. And because they're labeled Squad Alpha, they're going to survive this purge, but these boys over here will not.
When you are, Chief.
So you see it works perfectly. And for this one, if for some reason you don't want vehicles to set off the pointer, then that's what this script is for. This one is still like everything gets despawned, including Squad Alpha. Which is, if you have your script from last episode, then you don't have to change anything with that. Again, I already showed you how these guys are named Squad Alpha. These boys over here, where is it? These guys are Squad Bravo, and I think these guys are Squad Bravo as well. So this makes it so that you can have your buddies with you the entire campaign mission and they're not affected by any of the zones. But let me show you how to do that. As an addition from last episode, we're letting vehicles set off the Q zone as well. And the way we do that is by adding a get vehicle driver and then 2 get is players and then some branches. So you do have to edit your script from last episode, but a lot of it can stay. Like the delete object, like this whole part will stay the same from your last script. This will stay the same as well. The only thing you're adding is these 3, these 2, and then the trigger custom events. And that brings me right into the second part of this video, the trigger custom event. This is very important if you want to condense your script and give yourself the most amount of space in your node graphs. So what this is basically doing is on custom event, it's going to let Squad Alpha, as you see here, let Squad Alpha survive. We press R, squad label, we select Alpha. This is going to let them live, and you have to make this, you have to make sure you do on custom event, because what we're going to do is, as you see, it says purge. That's called the identifier. You simply type in whatever you want. I did purge because that just makes the most sense. It's case sensitive and everything. So when you type this in, everything that follows is going to be the custom event labeled underneath purge. So then now over here, you can type in trigger custom event, spawn that node in, and in its identifier, you type in exactly what you typed in for this one right here. Because now, instead of putting all of this stuff between branch and delete object, now we just have to put in a trigger custom event and make sure the identifier is the same as this, because what these 2 nodes are doing is referencing all this. So instead of typing in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 nodes, well, 12 nodes, because they both have to go between branch and delete object. Instead of typing in 12 nodes each time, now you can just do 2. This seriously condenses everything and makes it a lot easier. But yeah, all the logic stays the same. But you're gonna connect object to object and get player to branch. Then we're gonna have object also connect to get vehicle driver, and vehicle driver will have to be the player, which is what this node is doing. So it can't just be any vehicle driver, it has to be the player. That goes into object. This is a player, goes into the condition. If it's true, it's going to trigger the custom event. This makes it so that the player can be in a vehicle and still trigger the custom event, which is saying kill all squads except squad alpha. So all this is still the same. Everything you have here, still the exact same. And if you don't want that, then you stick with your OG script that you have right here. But you would only have to add get player and get vehicle driver so that people in vehicles can set off the zone. But yeah, I just wanted to offer some diversity. If you don't want to do anything with this, then stick with your original script that we did yesterday. But yeah, here I'm going to zoom in a little bit so that you guys can just very easily get all the logic. Yeah, we're going to go up a little bit. And again, thank you guys so much for watching. All of this wouldn't be possible without my buddy Uber, who is responsible for all the scripting. I'm just the messenger. So I'm going to leave his X account in the description of this video, but if you have any questions, I will do my best to answer them, and Uber might answer them as well. And if you have any suggestions for what we could do for the next video, like maybe firefight, I can definitely dive into that with you as well. Just leave it down below, and I will get back to you. Thanks for watching.